Good morning, Kasturians, and welcome to video 3 of chapter Displacing Indigenous People. In this video, we will see the constitutional rights given to the natives in North America and the winds of change. So let's start. In the previous video, we have seen that how the gold rush made America a leading industrial power in the world within a time gap of 30 years only. Now we will see the natives' constitutional rights in North America. The British colonies in America, they declared a war against England in 1776 to gain independence, and the war of independence of the colonies, it continued till 1783, that is for 7 years. And the democratic spirit which had been sailing and which had been a rallying cry of the settlers in their fight for independence in the 1770s, it came to define the identity of the USA against the monarchies and aristocracies of the old world. That is, the natives, they were denied of the democratic rights, the right to vote for representatives to Congress and for the president, because it was only for the white men. So the democratic spirit led to the war, and they fought for the independence, and ultimately it resulted in granting of democratic rights to the natives also. The concept of private property, it emerged, and people wanted that their constitution included the individual's right to property, which the state could not override, but this right was exclusive only for the whites. So wars these wars led to the granting of these democratic rights and the right to property to the natives also. The British attitude towards the colonies can be seen from the information given in the box. Like in India, the Britishers, when they were ruling, they always taxed arbitrarily over the Indians, and they themselves considered to be superior than Indians, and that's why the Indians, they were not seen as not equal or not ready for responsibility of representative government. Similarly, in North America, in America and in Australia, the natives, they were not seen as citizens, and they were not seen as equals, because they were considered to be primitive, means they were not settled. There was no settled agriculture, there was no provision for the future, and the towns were also absent. So the natives were not seen as citizens. In America, the African slaves were also feeling the same treatment, like they were denied personal liberty. They were not equal, as slavery is part of their own social system. The black people were considered as inferior when compared to the whites. So these were the different treatments given by the imperialistic powers towards their colonies, and that's why the spirit of democracy, it led to the starting of the democratic war that ended for 7 years, which we have discussed in the very beginning of the video. Now from 1920s, the things, they began to improve for the native people of USA and Canada. The white Americans, they started feeling sympathy for the natives, and in the USA, the Indian Reorganization Act of 1934 was passed, which gave the natives in reservations the right to buy land and take loans. In the year 1950s and 60s, the US and Canadian government, they thought of ending all the provisions for the natives in the hope that they would join the mainstream society. In 1954, in the Declaration of Indian Rights prepared by them, a number of native peoples, they accepted the US citizenship. In Canada also, the Constitution Act of 1982 accepted the existing Aboriginal and treaty the rights of the natives. American President Abraham Lincoln, he also played a key role in the abolition of the slavery. That's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.